What if I told you that the American dream isn't just a myth, it's actually dying? You might think that sounds exaggerated, but when you look at the reality across many states in the US, you'll start to see the truth behind it. Today, we're diving deep into the top 10 states at risk of collapse. We're talking about rising homelessness, struggling economies, and how the American dream is slipping away for millions. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to Hidden Realms. You won't want to miss more in-depth looks like this. Trust me, there's a lot more to uncover. Let's start with Alaska. Known for its vast wilderness, Alaska is a stunning state, but for many, it's a harsh reality. The state is facing a rapid population decline, making it harder for businesses to thrive, and creating a vacuum of opportunity. Homelessness in Alaska is a growing issue, especially considering the freezing cold winters that make survival on the streets nearly impossible. High costs, few job opportunities outside of oil and fishing industries, and limited infrastructure are creating a perfect storm. If you're considering moving here, think twice. Alaska is a survivalist state. If you're not prepared, it can break you. Then, there's Baltimore. With over 26% of residents living below the poverty line, the gap between the haves and have-nots is widening. Thousands of families struggle to meet basic needs: food, shelter, healthcare. Can you imagine living in a city where getting a hot meal is a luxury? And on top of that, over 9,000 people are homeless. They live in makeshift shelters or cars, fighting for safety and survival. This isn't just a Baltimore issue, it's a reflection of a larger crisis in urban America. It's time for change, but is it coming soon enough? Hawaii. Paradise, right? Well, not so much for locals anymore. Hawaii may be one of the most beautiful places on Earth, but its sky-high cost of living is pushing residents out. Rent in Honolulu averages around $2,500 for one bedroom, while the cost of food and fuel is also astronomical due to imports. You would think paradise could be affordable, but the truth is that Hawaii is facing the highest homelessness rate in the US. Families are struggling to find a roof over their heads, and some are living in tents or shelters, just steps away from the beaches and resorts that the world loves to visit. That doesn't sound like paradise, does it? Pennsylvania, once a thriving manufacturing hub, is facing a massive decline. In just 1 year, the state lost 40,000 residents. The economy just hasn't kept up with the times, and many are seeking better opportunities elsewhere. With an average income of just $67,500, it's no surprise that people are leaving. Add in the rising cost of living and lack of affordable housing, and you have a recipe for disaster. This state isn't just losing people, it's losing hope. Now, let's talk about Las Vegas. Known for its glitzy casinos and luxurious hotels, Las Vegas is one of the most famous cities in the world. But behind the flashing lights is a reality that's far from glamorous. Almost 15% of the population is living in poverty. Imagine being surrounded by wealth, but struggling just to pay for food, shelter, and basic necessities. The homeless population in Las Vegas increased by 12% in 2022, with more than 18,500 people living without a home. The job market may be booming in the entertainment and hospitality sectors, but they don't pay enough to sustain a livable wage for everyone. The housing market can't keep up with demand, and affordable housing options are dwindling. So, what happens to those left behind? They end up in shelters or, worse, on the streets. Are you feeling the weight of these stories? Hit that subscribe button now if you haven't already. This isn't just another list of struggling states. It's a glimpse into a larger crisis affecting America right now. Let's keep moving. Louisiana. Famous for its vibrant culture, jazz music, and Mardi Gras celebrations, Louisiana is also home to some of the highest poverty rates in the country. With 18.5% of residents living in poverty, the state is struggling to provide its residents with the opportunities they need to thrive. New Orleans and other areas of Louisiana still haven't recovered from the devastation of Hurricane Katrina, and many residents still can't return to their homes or find stable housing. Economic hardship combined with natural disasters means that Louisiana is on the edge of collapse. The people of Louisiana are resilient, but can they bounce back from these repeated blows? West Virginia is facing its own set of problems. Once a thriving coal mining state, the collapse of the coal industry has led to a 40% drop in jobs over the last decade. This has left communities struggling to survive. While housing costs aren't as high as in places like California or New York, affordable housing remains out of reach for many. There's also a growing issue with the state's aging population. West Virginia has the highest median age in the country, and young people are leaving the state in search of better opportunities. This means that West Virginia's future depends on innovation and adapting to new industries, but will the state be able to make that shift before it's too late? Next up is Illinois, which has been dealing with a massive population decline. In 2023 alone, nearly 140,000 people packed up and left. Why? Taxes. High property taxes and income taxes are driving people away, leaving the state with a $140 billion debt. Meanwhile, Chicago's homeless population is rising, with 65,000 people currently without stable housing. Illinois may have been the home of the American dream, but the state's financial burdens and housing crisis are leaving many wondering if it's worth staying. Will Illinois be able to recover, or is it too far gone? Then there's California, a state known for its beautiful beaches, tech industry, and Hollywood glamour. But it's also home to one of the highest homelessness rates in the country. Over 171,000 people are homeless in California, most notably in Los Angeles and San Francisco. The cost of living here is through the roof, and the average house price is over $750,000, while rent in places like San Francisco can easily break $4,000 per month. California's economy is struggling, and despite its wealth, the state can't seem to fix its housing crisis. People are leaving in droves, and the state's financial issues are growing more severe every year. Lastly, New York, the state that is supposed to represent the American dream, is now facing a mass exodus. In 2023, 179,000 people left the state, largely due to the high cost of living and sky-high taxes. With some of the highest property taxes and an average house price of $480,000, residents are being pushed out of the state. Homelessness is also a growing issue, with over 91,000 people living without stable housing. New York is no longer the place where dreams come true for everyone. Each of these states tells a story of struggle and survival. As we see, no place is immune to the challenges facing America today. But there's hope. The people in these states are resilient, and with the right support, they can rebuild and recover. It's up to us to push for change and create a better future for all. If this video has opened your eyes, subscribe to Hidden Realms and be part of the conversation. Like, share, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. We'll keep exploring the issues that matter, and we need you on this journey with us.